Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is JP, the Outlaw, the voice that makes it moist, your favorite color commentator, here to give you my review for SmackDown Live. May. Is it May? Is it March? March 1st, 2018. Now, the reason why I love SmackDown, they do everything better. They keep the 2-hour program that we all grew up on. Unless if you're a millennial, you're used to these 3 hours of Raw. But the one thing I would say about SmackDown, their go-home show for Backlash felt like a go-home show. Not only did they mention Backlash, but most of the implications that happened tonight was for Backlash. And that's how a go-home show should be booked. Now, they start off the show with, of course, Paige here. Paige, of course, makes an announcement that AJ Styles and Nakamura's match at Backlash will be a no disqualification. Now, we all know that AJ Styles has a feud going on with Shinsuke Nakamura's forearm, or vice versa. Shinsuke Nakamura has a feud going on with AJ Styles' balls. So, they're building around this story pretty well. It's not until, and again, we'll get there. When we get there, you'll see why SmackDown has the way better roster. I'm even hearing that with the roster they have now, you can redo the SmackDown 6. And whoever was a part of the WWE in like the early 2000s, we all know the original SmackDown 6 was the shit. So, moving on, a in the ring segment with The Miz on Miz TV. His first guest was Jeff Hardy. He hypes up Jeff, talking about, do you think he's going to be Seth Rollins? Jeff, if you're a whiny, crying little baby, if you want me to compare your career to that, then yeah, you're one of the best Intercontinental Champions ever. But, The Miz doesn't take this lightly. He invites Randy Orton and immediately start talking smack on Orton. What happened to you? You used to be a fucking Viper. You used to be the killer. Your RKOs used to come out of nowhere, and now you're just stagnant. Randy Orton, not willing to play the game that Finn Balor and Seth Rollins played on Monday Night Raw about 2 months ago, says, I don't need to listen to you. I can do this whenever the fuck I feel like it. The RKO comes out of nowhere for a reason. Out comes Shelton Benjamin, who has wins over both men, Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton. He's asking for his title shot. This is where I get my title opportunity. Brawl breaks out. Of course, you know where they're going with this, a tag team match. Now, just a quick note. This is how you build up to a tag team match. You had Randy Orton go up against, Shelton Benjamin go up against Randy Orton 1 week with Jeff Hardy standing in the background. Vice versa with Randy Orton standing in the background when Jeff Hardy first made his appearance on SmackDown Live. So you build the right way. I'm not tired of seeing these four guys. You barely seen The Miz since last week in any type of matchup. So, I don't mind seeing these four guys in a tag team match now because you haven't overdone it. It hasn't been every variation of a tag team match. 8-man tag team match, fucking 6-man tag team match, and a regular 4-man tag team match. It hasn't been that many multiple variations of tag team matches. And this is why this is a good segment. Great match. Perfect go-home heat for a tag team match. This is something that you want your WWE performance to do, just with how it's being presented. Of course, Team Orton picks up the win due to Jeff Hardy, and after the pinfall victory, RKO out of nowhere on Jeff Hardy, building towards their match at Backlash. A backstage segment with Lana, Rusev, and Aiden English. Aiden English and Rusev are working on, Aiden English vocal cords because he's got to get out there and sing. And he said, yeah, you want me to sing with you? Out comes Lana. They pan the camera to the left. Lana tells Rusev, there's something holding you back. And he was like, oh, I forgot my jacket, and then walk back off. I think this is perfect. I would hate to see them break up Aiden English and Rusev. I think that's one of the most hottest tag teams if you can put the machine behind them. You know, I know Aiden English moveset is not that impressive. Same with Rusev. You know, he's the Bulgarian brute for a reason. So he's not in there doing flippy shit, okay? So, but I've always liked Lana with Rusev. I think Lana jumping on the bandwagon of Rusev Day alongside an Aiden English and a Rusev would be perfect. Would be perfect. She give her the mic, let her hype up that tag team, and watch how they go from C-class tag team to at least an A-class tag team. You know, and they're still pushing Rusev solo. So, you know, I don't know if they have any plans to do anything with Aiden English, but that's the direction I would go in if, you know, you're thinking about bringing Lana back and pairing them up with Rusev. Backstage segment with The Bar and The New Day. The Bar last week said that they wouldn't be here because they was going to win the tag team championships of Monday Night Raw. Of course, The New Day comes out with their funny shtick. You know, they got a guy serving pancakes named Mr. Bootyworth. And I feel uncomfortable with 3 grown black men calling another man Mr. Bootyworth. So, you know, New Day shit. You can't. It's wrestling, okay? Some shit is funny, some shit is serious. This is the funny shit. So, you got to deal with it. Of course, the New Day throws the plate of pancakes that this guy, Mr. Bootyworth, was carrying out for the New Day. This insults the New Day. Of course, Xavier Woods kind of challenges Sheamus, like Shang Tsung challenged the guy from Mortal Kombat, Liu Kang. This is how he challenged, you know, Sheamus to talk about I'm gonna take your soul or something like that. Backstage segment with Peyton Royce and Billy Kay. They interview Carmella. Nothing to really take away there. They're hyping up their win from last week. It is what it is. Big Cass in the in-ring segment with a little person. And that little person is supposed to be Daniel Bryan. Pretty good promo. Okay promo from Big Cass. Little slapstick. I'm not really a big fan of it. But, you know, you could do a little bit more with what you're doing with Big Cass. Just, you know, amp it up a little bit. You know, one week he brings out a midget. You know, you can bring him, you can get him one of them goddamn things, what's the measuring sticks? So when Daniel Bryan walked by, hey man, you're not this tall, you can't get in the ring. You could do a lot with this storyline. So just seeing how they're gonna play Big Cass in the near future. Of course, the best segment of the night, in-ring segment, AJ Styles is being interviewed by Renee Young. Renee Young is, you know, what are you going to do? Are you going to apologize to Shinsuke Nakamura? Are you going to say anything to Shinsuke? And AJ is like, look, man, you know, he has his eyes set on the wrong prize, the wrong set of jewels. He should be looking for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, but he keeps elbowing me in the fucking groin. So, you know, when the time comes, he'll take care of Shinsuke Nakamura. Out comes Joe. If you have the time today, if you have the just 5 minutes to look this clip up, look at AJ Styles' face, okay, when Joe came out. It went from, you know, casual AJ Styles playing ha-ha-he-he to a very serious AJ Styles because he knows what Samoa Joe is capable of. This brings in that believability factor, okay? Not too many people have that left in the WWE. I'm looking at a Brock Lesnar, a Braun Strowman. I would even say a Bobby Lashley if booked right, where they look like believable monsters, okay? Where they look like they would fuck something up if given the opportunity. Especially Samoa Joe. Still the best promo in the WWE right now. Period. I don't know too many people that can cut a promo like a Samoa Joe. And the fact that he garnishes that attention when he comes into the ring, that shows you that there's no more games with Joe. Okay, he will be WWE champion by the end of the year. I'm putting my stamp on it. Just based off this one promo. You know, the stuff he does with Roman, yeah, that's nice. But this right here, that's a money match. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. You can't tell me that that's not money. TNA did it for years. Right. So, I fall back off of that. Nakamura's music hits. Samoa Joe rips his towel off, ready for a fight. In the ring, they pan to in the ring, you see Nakamura giving AJ Styles another low blow. It looked like he was going to go for a Kinshasa behind him, but he ran past him and hit him with the Kinshasa in the front. Great segment. I like this. I would have preferred that this been your go home angle, because this would have ended Raw. This would have ended SmackDown Live in an appropriate way, if you ask me. Xavier Woods versus Sheamus. Not too impressed here. Of course, the New Day pick up the win. I'm curious to see what they do with Sheamus, especially when you got the Bludgeon Brothers and the New Day. I'm curious to see what they do with the bar. Sheamus and Cesaro. And then our final match, you had Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Asuka versus Peyton Royce, Billie Kay, and Carmella. Of course, Asuka's promo earlier in the day, I didn't say anything about it. I pretty much lumped it together here. Her promo earlier today, where she referenced Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and herself as the Avengers. I thought that was fucking hilarious. Just the way she presented it. It was pretty good. And you can see that Asuka is improving on her English. Now, moving on. What the hell are you doing with Becky Lynch? Why is she in these know-nothing feuds? These feuds get you nowhere. You're not even the main star of the feud, so you're just background noise. Okay, let's find a small program to put Becky Lynch in, which will catapult her back into the women's title run on SmackDown. Okay, you need to do something with her. You have to, because I think Becky Lynch is one of your best female performers outside of Sasha Banks, and you're just not using her. You're just not using her. Peyton Royce, I love what they're doing with Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. They're like the popular girls at high school. Okay, they're doing witty and funny shit, but still getting their point across. I like that. Same thing I would say about Carmella. Carmella reminds me of the hood shorty. This is where I get a little black on you. They remind me of the hood shorty that she wants to be black, but she is not black. And, she was raised around black people. She was, brought up around that way. She's from Jersey, so I can only imagine what type of mindset she has. Nothing against people from Jersey. All of y'all got some shit with y'all. That's all I can say. It's kind of fucked up, but for the most part, the people I've met from Jersey got some real live nut shit with them. And Carmella looks like one of those people. No offense to Carmella. I like her whole stick, her whole the way she cuts promos. But for the most part, Jersey girl. Decent match here. Of course, the female Roman Reigns, Charlotte Flair, won the match with a spear. So that was pretty much it. And this is your SmackDown Live review. I will be back with an NXT review if you have time today. Please check out the channel, JP Outlaw Labcast. It's on YouTube. You can't miss it. As well as our Facebook. You can type it in, JP The Lab, and it should pop up automatically. As well as our Twitter account, which you can check out at any point in time, where I upload daily my opinions and my thoughts on the current WWE product. So if you have time today, please go and check that out. I am JP the Outlaw. Peace in the grease and be safe.